Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's the Story, Gemini? God, I hope that doesn't get copyrighted. This is the podcast where I ask Google Gemini about a topic and then we learn about it together. And today I had a question come up from a friend of mine about simulation theory. So I have seen a few documentaries on simulation theory. I have seen The Matrix, which I don't count as being research, but it was inspired by simulation theory. So some of these things I might already know, some of these things might be a new thing. All I know is when I watched the documentary on, I think it was Netflix about simulation theory, my brain imploded. It's too much thinking, guys. There was too much thinking involved. So let's start. The simulation hypothesis, philosophical underpinnings and implications. The simulation hypothesis, the notion that our reality is a computer simulation created by a more advanced civilization, is a provocative concept that intersects with a myriad of philosophical questions. At its core, it challenges our fundamental assumptions about the nature of reality, consciousness, and existence. Philosophically, the simulation hypothesis shares affinities with idealism, which posits that reality is fundamentally mental or immaterial. It's reality is all in our head. I think that's what it's saying. So reality is all in our head. If our world is a simulation, it would be a constructed reality dependent on the programming of its creators. However, it diverges from idealism in that it suggests a physical substrate, the computer, underpinning the simulated world. Spoiler alerts for anyone who hasn't seen The Matrix. And if you haven't, I don't know what to tell you. It's been a few decades. I think it's been a few decades. I'm not going to look it up because then it's going to make me feel old. Similarly, solipsism, the philosophical position that only one's mind is sure to exist, finds an echo in the simulation hypothesis. If we are characters in a simulation, our experiences might be confined to our simulated consciousness, raising questions about the external world's objectivity. Yet, unlike solipsism, simulation theory allows for the possibility of other simulated minds. The implications of the simulation hypothesis for our understanding of consciousness are profound. If consciousness can be simulated, it raises questions about its nature. Is it a product of biological processes, or can it emerge from complex computational systems? Free will becomes similarly problematic. If our actions are predetermined by the simulation's code, the concept of free will might be an illusion. Morality, too, is challenged. If we are simulated beings, do we possess intrinsic moral value, or are our moral systems merely constructs within the simulation? These questions force us to reconsider the foundations of ethics and the basis for human rights. Oh, this hurts. No! I'm questioning my existence! I knew this was gonna happen! Get it together, girl. Get it together. Scientific evidence and technological advancements. While the simulation hypothesis remains speculative, some scientific anomalies might offer potential support. The fine-tuning of the universe, the existence of unexplained physical constants, and the nature of quantum mechanics have been cited as potential indicators of a simulated reality. However, these anomalies can also be explained by other scientific theories. That's not a very concrete answer or stance on stuff. It's like, it could be this, it could be that. The rapid advancement of computer technology and artificial intelligence fuels speculation about the plausibility of the simulation hypothesis. If we can create increasingly complex simulations, it's conceivable that future civilizations could develop technology capable of simulating entire universes. This raises the possibility of a hierarchy of simulations, with our reality being just one level in a vast computational hierarchy. Okay, so now we're mixing Matrix with Inception, which equally kind of screwed me up, so Oh man, I did not want to question my existence today. Here we are. I mean, it is Sunday. I guess that's the time that people have existential crises, right? At least it's on point. The nature and purpose of a simulation. If we assume the simulation hypothesis is true, questions arise about the simulation's purpose. Is it a scientific experiment, a form of entertainment, or a means for an advanced civilization to understand itself? I hope I'm not someone's entertainment. That just feels cruel. All right, ancient Greece, we're just here for the gods, so they can sit up on their high Mount Olympus, smack their knees, and eat their god popcorn. I know it's ambrosia, but I'm imagining popcorn. That just sounds better. The possibility of multiple levels of simulation introduces further complexity, with each level potentially serving different purposes. Determining the limitations of the simulation is equally challenging. Are there boundaries to the simulated universe, or does it extend infinitely? Can we detect patterns or anomalies in the simulation's code? Such discoveries could provide evidence for our simulated existence. Ethical considerations and societal impact. The simulation hypothesis raises profound ethical questions. If we are simulated beings, what obligations do the simulators have towards us? How should we treat other simulated beings? The potential for suffering in a simulated world becomes a complex moral issue. Moreover, widespread belief in the simulation hypothesis could have significant societal and cultural impacts. It could erode trust in institutions and undermine the foundations of human society. On the other hand, it might foster a sense of wonder and curiosity about the nature of reality. Ultimately, the simulation hypothesis is a thought-provoking concept that challenges our understandings of the world. While the evidence remains inconclusive, exploring its implications can deepen our philosophical, scientific, and ethical inquiry. So that's the end of Google's answer, and it actually kind of makes me think. So it's talking about it could erode trust in institutions, undermine the foundations of human society. That makes me think of other people hurting people. So that's what I try to live my life by. Take no shit, but do no harm. Or is that the other way around? Whatever. And if you believe that we live inside a simulation and that other people are simulated to feel pain, but they are not actually being hurt, what does that mean overall for how you treat other people? So if our capacity for pain is all in our head, which yes, technically it is, if there's a nerve thing, and that's you know what, that'll be another topic for another podcast. Anyways, but if the capacity for pain is all in our head, and assuming we are all in a dream, that's essentially what simulation theory is saying, and somebody smacks me in the dream, physically, my body is elsewhere, and it did not actually get smacked. However, if I still hurt from that smack, does that mean it happened? So basically, if somebody could support the way they treat other people as, well, if we don't physically exist, am I actually hurting the person? And then to me, it just begs the question, like, yeah, you are. I mean, the whole sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. They do. The words hurt. And a lot of people go through things like anxiety, depression. These are things that are in your brain, in your consciousness, that cause pain that you can't show physically. I can't show you guys, hey, my anxiety, actually, you know what? I take that back. My anxiety does cause eczema sometimes. So, okay, fair. That's a physical thing. But most people, if you walk up to them and say, you know what? Your anxiety looks kind of raw today. That's not really a thing. That's not really a thing. So interesting. Very interesting topic. Yes, I am going to continue to have an existential crisis today. So, thanks to my buddy who asked that question, I'm going to go put on a tinfoil hat and maybe crawl up in a ball and, I don't know, watch some happy movies. Maybe put on some Disney. Put on something that doesn't make me think. That's what it's gonna be. So, well, thank you for listening. And this has been What's the Story, Gemini? Please like, follow, subscribe, leave suggestions for topics. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Constructive criticism, not insults and mean things. Of course, if you want to leave mean things, it's fine. We all have trolls in our life. Just, to your little troll's heart content, do what you want to do.